All right, let's talk about something that's on pretty much every small business owner's mind these days. How in the world do you go green without going broke? It's a huge balancing act, right? Well, a fascinating new study points to a powerful and, honestly, kind of counterintuitive strategy. Let's get into it.
I mean, you're feeling it, right? The pressure seems to be coming from, well, everywhere. Your customers are asking about it, investors are looking for it, and new rules are practically demanding it. This whole push for a solid ESG plan, that's environmental, social, and governance, has never been stronger. And remember, it's not just about your carbon footprint. It's also the S for social, how you treat your employees and your community, and the G for governance, how you actually run the place.
But here's the thing, especially if you're a smaller business, this is a huge concern. You don't have a giant corporate budget to throw at this. You're scrambling for resources. The path forward isn't always clear. And on top of all that, there's this nagging fear. What if you try, you talk about it, and everyone just calls you a greenwasher?
And there it is, the big, scary word, greenwashing. And it's our villain in this story. Basically, it's when a company shouts about the one good thing they're doing to make you forget about all the not-so-good stuff. It is an absolute trust killer, and it's the last thing any smart business wants to be accused of.
So what's the move? Well, the study we're diving into today has this really brilliant, simple idea. It basically flips the whole script. The solution? Forget the big promises and just take real action first. You walk the walk long before you even think about talking the talk.
Okay, so let's really dig into what this walk before you talk thing actually means. Because, it's a strategy that seems almost tailor-made for the realities small businesses are facing.
Think of it like two different roads. On one side, you've got the old way, talking to walk. That's where a company puts out a big press release, makes a huge promise, and then they have to scramble to actually do the thing. It's super risky. But on the other side, we've got our strategy, walking to talk. Here, it's all about doing the work first. You make the real, tangible changes, and only then do you tell the world what you've already done. It's all action, no fluff.
And this is why it is just so perfect for smaller businesses. I mean, this quote from the study absolutely nails it. Because your resources are tight, it just makes sense to put them into the real work first. You build the foundation, and only then, when you're good and ready, do you build the billboard.
All right, so the theory sounds good, but does it actually work in real life? Well, let's find out. The study gives us this incredible real-world example of an Italian wine co-op that has basically been living this philosophy for decades. So let me introduce you to Cantine Settasoli. And this isn't some giant, faceless company. Nope, this is a cooperative made up of nearly 2,000 local grape growers in Sicily. They are literally rooted in their community. And spoiler alert, that community vibe is going to be the secret to their success.
Okay, now check this out. Look at this timeline. Their very first official sustainability report, that didn't come out until 2022. But look back, way back. See that? 2008. That's when they installed their first solar panels. We're talking more than 10 years of just quietly doing the work before they made a big fuss about it in a report. And you can see all these other steps like their code of ethics in 2018, all happening way before the big announcement.
And this table makes it even clearer. Look at the left column. That's the walk. That's the real stuff. Using less water, reducing the weight of their wine bottles back in 2016. Now look at the right. That's the talk. Getting an award, publishing a code of ethics. See the pattern? The action, the walk, almost always comes years before the talk. It's a perfect picture of this strategy.
So, the big question is, did it actually work? I mean, what did they get for all this quiet, behind-the-scenes effort? Well, the results are, frankly, they're remarkable.
First of all, that big fear we all have, that going green is going to destroy your finances? Well, take a look at this. This chart just blows that idea out of the water. The top line is their revenue. The bottom is their equity. And just look at how steady, how stable they are for an entire decade. All while they were pouring money into these sustainability projects, their business stayed completely rock solid.
And then there's the people part of it, the social payoff. These bars show the number of members, the growers, and it is amazingly consistent. People weren't leaving. Why? Because there was this incredible bond of trust. The growers stuck around because they could see the co-op was taking real actions that would help all of them in the long run.
Okay, now this part is just wild. That trust they built up, it turned into an actual real-life financial superpower. Get this, the members believed in the co-op so much, they would loan it money themselves at better interest rates than a bank. I mean, think about that. Their community trust literally saved the money.
And it wasn't just walk, then talk, and stop. No way. It turned into this amazing virtuous cycle. So the walk, the actions, led to getting certifications, which is a form of talk. But then, getting that certification got everyone excited and inspired them to take on even more actions, new walks, like creating a whole new organic protocol. So each step fueled the next. Pretty smart, huh?
So what can the rest of us learn from this incredible story? What are the big takeaways for your business?
Well, the research points to a few key things that made this all possible. First, that deep local connection. It wasn't just a business, it was a community. That built a foundation of trust. Then, they had the same leaders for a long time, so there was consistency. They really focused on the S and G parts of ESG, the people and the rules. And finally, every action built on the one before it, creating this awesome momentum.
And here is the absolute key, the big aha moment of the whole study. We tend to get really hung up on the E in ESG, right? The environmental stuff. But for this winery, it was their strength in the S, the social, and the G, the governance. That was the engine that powered everything. Their strong community and their stable leadership, that's what made all the green investments even possible. So I'll leave you with this question. Forget about the big PR campaign for a minute. Forget about the flashy announcement. What's the very first walk you can take? What's one small, real, meaningful action your business can do? Maybe even today. Because that's probably the smartest and most powerful first step you can take.